Alright. I got a story for you. An 8th grade story. Back when I was in 8th grade. Great story. Really, really embarrassing. But I'm going to tell you anyways. Because I feel like you guys should know. So, this is like 8 years ago. I'm 21 now. I was like 13 at the time. I'm guessing that's like 8 years. I'm not good at math. I'm not going to do it. So I was in 8th grade. Back in 8th grade, there was a very strange point in my life. I was in love. With this girl named Yadira. Candia, something like that. Alright, she was hot. She was the hottest chick back in 8th grade. To me. Alright, she was just hot, man. She was thick. She was like, she was like my dream girl. I was like, oh, Yadira, I gotta get me some Yadira. I'm in love. And let me tell you a little something about Yadira too. She was the kind of girl that she wasn't gothic, but you know, she liked AFI and she was all into black and stuff like that. You know, she was hot. That was it. But there was one day I was talking to her, right? I was trying to get my game on. I was trying to get with her. You know, like I always tried, but always failed. Always failed, but I didn't give up. One day I was talking to her, she said, I'll never date a guy with short hair ever. It's never gonna happen ever. So I was like, alright. I had short hair, so I was like, I'm gonna grow my hair out. I had straight up coconut head from Nedzy Classified Hair. It was thick, boom. You know, I started wearing a beanie. I had to straighten it to make it look good. I look like the Taco Bell logo. I look like a bell. Just for Yadira. And I had braces back then too. You know, these teeth didn't just get like that. I ain't no Nicole, alright? I don't just naturally get it. So I had braces, but because Yadira liked black, I got... Man, I was pretty obsessed. I had black rubber around the metal part. I got to choose the colors. Oh, Yadira likes black. She'll think that's hot. So I got black. And she liked polka dots. I remember she liked polka dots a lot because she always liked them. So I got a polka dot retainer just to show off. Hey, check out my retainer. Hey, look at his polka dots. You like that? But that's the thing. That's another thing with Yadira. I was friend zoned. All right, friend zoned to the max. Just ultimate friend zone, and there is no escape from the friend zone. No escape. I had really baggy dickies back then. I had really baggy dickies, and they weren't the ones. They didn't have a button. It was a little hook. You just hook it together. And there was one day we were at lunch, and then Stern. I was at Walter Stern Middle School, Bakersfield, California. For all you people who don't go there. So it was at lunchtime, and everybody who knew me at school, people who were watching this video, they're gonna be like, yeah, Robert was a dork. I was a dorky dude, nerdy, I was known to be a clown, chubby dude. I was pretty chunky too, yeah, I was pretty chubby. Nothing's really changed since 8th grade. But, so, it was during lunch, they're all sitting at these tables, and Stern had this thing where there's tables, and there's like a little ledge, and it goes, you know, I was higher than everybody, so I was like, you know, I'm gonna get on the sledge, I'm gonna crack a few jokes, I'm gonna tell a story, just to get Yadira's attention. Yadira was sitting right here, right in front of me, like right there. Dang, my hand looks big. So she was sitting right there, and so I'm standing up on the ledge, like, hey, ha ha ha, tell him a story, blah blah. And then her friend Danielle. I never forgive you for this, Danielle. Never, I'll never forgive you. Danielle was sitting over there. Danielle Quinn. I think that's her name. Danielle. She was hot too. She was cute. I had a crush on her. She had really pretty eyes. You know, she was a hottie. But I was in love with that Yadira. Woo! Yadira had my heart going. So I'm telling a story. The next thing I know, I see Danielle. Her jaw is down to her belly button. It was like down to here. She looked like the mask from Scream. It was that bad. That's how scared she was. And I saw her, and her eyes were like Cookie Monster eyes. They were like this big. And I knew instantly what it was. My Peter was hanging out. You know, it turtlenecked its way through everything. And I don't get how it happened because I had boxers on too. Boxer briefs. Or are they regular? They're boxer briefs. Boxer briefs have a fold and a fold. And somehow it still slithered its way through. I wasn't hard or nothing either. That's what I don't get either. Somehow it was still poking through. She saw it. And I knew, I was like, oh my God, oh, okay, I'm sorry, ha, hey. My voice went up like 16 octaves. But that's not the worst part. I don't think Yadira saw either. I hope not. It's not the worst part. It gets worse. It's worse than that. This is where it gets bad. I walk into class, and I'm nervous. I am scared poopless because of what happened, and there was no control over it. I couldn't do anything about it. It was already too late. The process already happened. So, I walk up to the cool table. There was a cool table. It consisted of Yadira, Danielle, and Jessie Crosby. Jessie Crosby was hot ass chick too, man. She was a hot redhead. She was banging, but she was a little too crazy for me. She didn't like me. She cussed me out all the time. She was mean to me. Just because I liked Yadira. That's messed up. It's messed up, but yeah, Jessie was hot too. And there was this dude named David. I think his name was David. Pretty sure it was. Let's just say his name was David. I hated that guy. That guy was a prick, man. Freaking douchebag. Now, I got picked on a lot in middle school. You know, I got picked on a lot. But, yeah. This dude David comes up. I walked to the table just to talk to Danielle. I was like, Danielle, look, I'm really sorry. I wanted to say sorry. But David's like, get out of here, small dick. Oh, get out. You got a tiny penis. Oh, it's like that big. Oh. Danielle told everybody about it. Everybody. You don't do that. You don't do that. That is messed up. It'd be one thing if you saw it, you kept it secret, saying, yeah, I saw Robert dick. Whatever. But she's like, this guy's got a small spleen or ever. Ha ha ha. Not everybody had to know about that, Danielle. Not everybody. That's the worst part. She went around telling everybody. And everybody knew I had a small wiener back then. Small pecker. It was... I'll never forgive you for that. Ever! You're on my shit list, Danielle. For now. Just because I'm reminiscing on these moments. So, yeah. That was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. I hope it stays that way. I don't want anything else to happen. But yeah. That's what went down back in 8th grade. But the moral of the story is I made a girl in school's jaw drop with my cock.